Welcome to WarriorsTV, Gary. 3 points again. What's your thoughts on that?
I think for us as a team, it was a real game of two halves. I thought we were a good bit off it in the first half. I said that to the players at half time. Last week, I thought was probably the best 45 minutes, the opening 45 minutes of my time at Stenhousemuir. And the same players and the same formation today was probably our worst 45 minutes of the season. I thought Peterhead started the game better than us. And the only real credit I could give to our players was we were still in the game at half time, albeit Darren wasn't worked too hard, but we were off it. You know, I'm not trying to criticise the players too much because they've been really, really consistent, but we were off it. So we spoke to them at half time, says, look, there's a real challenge here. Do we want to improve as individuals and as a team and go out and put in a better second half performance? Because if we play the same way in the second half, we're going to lose. And we've played really, really well for about 15 minutes in the second half. We've got a couple of goals. It is a penalty. Ewan puts it away. He gets a lovely third goal. And I thought we managed the game really, really well for there. So for us, it's a wee warning that if we're off it like we were in the first half, it's going to be difficult. But I also got to give credit to the players that when we were off it, we were still in the game at half time. And we managed to go on and win the game when we've played a lot better in the second half.
Peterhead did cause us quite a few problems in both halves, particularly through the kind of channels a bit. What was your thoughts on our defensive performance?
Yeah, listen, they had a lot of the ball, but if you actually look at how many real shots on target did they have that Darren had to make difficult saves, or saves that you wouldn't expect him to make. I thought, you know, so as much as they did trouble us, especially in the first half, I didn't really think as much in the second half. And we changed a couple of things with our press in the second half that definitely helped us. So really, really pleased with the boys because been in football a long time, and sometimes when you're as off it as we were in the first half, it's difficult for everybody to raise their game, but I thought we did. You know, listen, there was 2 or 3 players that played well for the full game, but in the main we were just off it in the first half. But you know what, it's another side of the lads. They've came in, they got challenged at half time, and they've went out and got us another 3 points, you know, and it's a really, really good running form that we're on. You know, 9 games, 7 wins, 2 draws. And it leads us into another really, really difficult game against East Kilbride on Tuesday.
Great to see Finlay Gray back on the pitch after his time out for injury. What's your thoughts on his return? Yeah,
listen, it's great, you know, but he's got to have real competition to get into the team. You know, if you look at it just now, the way we're playing, we sort of like 5 players going for 3 positions. Dale can also play in there as a number 10 if we want to be a little bit more attacking. So everybody knows they've got to be at the top of their game. You know, we've got real competition there, as we have throughout the whole squad now. You know, if you look at the bench today, we had 8 subs. Real strength and depth, and the lads that are on the bench, you know, a lot of them will get game time on Tuesday. You know, we have to be fair to the squad. We need to get minutes into their legs. There will be changes on Tuesday at the team. We've already said that to the players, but we still expect to be able to put a team out on the pitch that can go out and win the game regardless of the amount of changes that we make.
And what's your thoughts heading into Tuesday night's game against East Kilbride?
Win. You're on a good run. You want to keep that continuity. Listen, there'll be personnel changes, of course there will, but the lads should be itching to get on the pitch. And that in itself should give us energy and make us difficult to play against. But we want to keep our run going, and for the competition itself, you know, we're sitting in a nice position. If we can get another victory on Tuesday, albeit I stress it will be a difficult game. East Kilbride are a really good team, they've done great. It'll be a difficult game. But if we can get 3 points there, that puts us in a really strong position to try and finish one of the top 6 seeds so that we're seeded. So that's what we try and do.
Thanks for your time, Gary.
Cheers.